We now move into a press conference. I first request Deputy Chairman of the Planning Commission, Mr. Ahluwalia, to make his opening statement to the media.
I've had a very fruitful discussion with His Excellency Mr. Motegi on our cooperation with Japan in the energy sector. In the 7th round of the high-level energy dialogue, we reviewed progress in energy cooperation since the time of the last dialogue held in October 2012 and identified new areas and new approaches for future cooperation. Energy cooperation has emerged as an integral part of our expanding global and strategic partnership with Japan. We want to build a mutually beneficial partnership with Japan in areas of capacity building, exchange of best practices, and development of technologies to enhance energy efficiency, reduce emissions, and address concerns of energy security, especially in the area of LNG. Last year, I had proposed that Japan hold an exhibition in India in 2013 to exhibit new technologies in the energy sector. I'm very happy that such an exhibition is being held in Greater Noida from today till the 14th of September to exhibit new environment-friendly technologies from Japan. I hope this will give an opportunity to Indian companies interested in these areas to interact with potential Japanese counterparts. At the last meeting of the Energy Dialogue, I'd also suggested a joint study of LNG imports and their pricing in Asia Pacific. We have done such a study, and its report was presented at the recently held 2nd LNG Producer-Consumer Conference in Tokyo. I have suggested to Minister Motegi that India and Japan jointly participate in planning and execution of gas hydrate expeditions and research programs related to exploration and exploitation of gas hydrates. We look forward to receiving Japanese technical expertise in setting up R&D facilities in gas hydrates in India. We're working with the Japanese side in areas like combining upgraded brown coal technologies, using Indian lignite with ultra supercritical coal power generation technologies, and joint R&D in renewable energy sectors, notably in the use of large-scale photovoltaic power generation. These are projects with a lot of potential benefits to us. We greatly appreciate Japan's assistance to train officials from our energy conservation authorities and hope to expand the scope of energy cooperation by taking up more joint development projects. I'm greatly satisfied with the productive and forward-looking discussions in this room with the team led by Minister Motegi. I look forward to continuing this important dialogue with Japan.
I now request His Excellency Minister Motegi of Japan to make his media statement.
今日の第7回の日印エネルギー対応でありますが、本年5月のですね、安倍首相と新首相の首脳会談でも取り上げられたエネルギー分野における協力拡大につきまして、アルワリア副委員長と建設的かつ有意義な話し合いができました。
President, at today's 7th India-Japan Energy Dialogue, we were able to have a very productive and constructive discussion together with the Chairman Ahluwalia in line with what has been stated between the two leaders at the last May summit meeting between Prime Minister Abe and Prime Minister Shin, where they called for enhancing cooperation in the field of energy.
まずはエネルギー分野における日印双方の官民を挙げた協力体制の構築ができたと思っております。インド側の要請に応えて技術展示会、商談会を実施をいたしました。また再生可能エネルギー分野においてはインドにおける適切な投資環境の整備を検討するための再生可能エネルギー等推進日印官民ラウンドテーブルを新設し、年内にもこれを開催することで合意をいたしました。
First, we believe that we have been able to set up this scheme where the public and private sectors of both countries can cooperate in the field of energy. In line with the request from the Indian side, we have organized this exhibition where we are showcasing Japan's technology as well as providing opportunities for business matching. In the field of renewable energy, in order to study the possibilities of enhancing the investment environment in India, a new renewable energy promotion India-Japan Public-Private Roundtable will be established, and the first meeting is due to be held by the end of this year.
今日の対話の中では6つの主要分野、1つが省エネルギー、2つ目に再生可能エネルギー、3つ目が電力、4つ目に石炭、5つ目が石油天然ガス、6つ目が原子力。この分野につきまして、これまで進めてきた、ワーキンググループからの進捗について報告を受け、議論を進めました。大きな進展があったと考えております。
At today's meeting, we were able to look into the 6 areas where the 2 countries are cooperating. First is energy conservation, secondly, renewable energy, thirdly, electricity, fourthly, coal, and next is oil and natural gas, and lastly, nuclear energy. And we were able to hear the report on the progress being made at the respective working groups, and I believe that we were able to have a very significant, meaningful discussion.
例えば省エネルギーの分野では、パッド制度とインドの省エネルギー促進に向けて、特に鉄鋼、セメント、工作機械等の各分野について、優れたエネルギー技術の普及に向けた日印共同での政策研究を進めることで合意をいたしました。同時にこの分野での人材育成についても日本として協力をしていきたいと考えております。
On the area of energy conservation, we have talked about the PAT system and other initiatives promoted in India to realize energy conservation, in particular the fields of steel, cement, and machine tools, amongst others. We have agreed that we would carry out joint policy research between the 2 countries in order to disseminate the outstanding energy technologies that are available to us in Japan. And Japan will also cooperate in the area of human resources development.
さらに石油天然ガスの分野においては両国間のさらなる協力を進めることを確認し、具体的に日印共同の上流開発及び LNG 調達を具体化するための検討を2013年末までに開始すること、そして LNG の消費国の連携を多国間に広げることを確認をいたしました。
In regards to oil and natural gas, we have confirmed that both countries will continue their cooperation in this area. And to be more specific, we have decided that both countries will jointly start to study by the end of the year what specific measures can be done to collaborate in the upstream development and LNG procurement. We have also confirmed that we will work to expand collaboration amongst the other consuming nations of LNG.
この他の協力案件としてさまざまな議論、合意をいたしましたが、例えば、町長臨界圧発電に関する、技術者を、日本に承継して、研修を行うこと、電力系統の、安定化に向けた、技術の協力、さらには、インドにおける石炭の、質の改善の問題、原子力等々についても幅広い議論を行いました。
In addition, we were able to look into other initiatives for cooperation, namely the ultra supercritical power generation engineers retraining. We would invite engineers to Japan to undergo training. Also, we will be carrying out technical cooperation for the power grid stabilization in India, as well as assisting India in the coal upgrading. And we've also discussed nuclear energy amongst other many topics.
そしてアルワリア副委員長との間で、このエネルギー対話を継続していくことが重要である、共通認識に至りまして、次回の日印首脳会談までにですね、このエネルギー対話で進めてきたさまざまなことについての成果を取りまとめ、両首脳に報告をすること、そしてもう一点は、次回の会合を来年、ぜひ副委員長をお招きして東京で開きたい、こういったお話をさせていただきました。
Also, we have talked about the fact that we would like to continue very much on this energy dialogue. We have confirmed this point, and also we have discussed that we assured prior to the India-Japan summit meeting, try to put together the outcome of our energy dialogue so that we can report these outcomes of deliverables to our leaders. Another point we discussed was that the next meeting should be held in Tokyo, and we would like to invite His Excellency Deputy Chairman to Tokyo to attend the meeting.
The ministers have agreed to take one question each, one from the Indian media, one from the Japanese media. Please do introduce yourself, your organization. Please do let us know at which of the leaders your question is for, or both of them if that is the case. We would first request Press Trust of India to ask their question.
Good afternoon. My name is Priyanka. I'm associate editor with Press Trust of India, and my question is to both the dignitaries. It's how soon do you see the inking of civil nuclear energy pact between India and Japan, given the fact that PMs of both the countries have directed their officials during their May meeting to do so?
両国間でできるだけ早期にですね、締結できるよう努力していこうということで合意いたしました。いくつかの課題が残っております。今後ワーキンググループを中心にしてですね、議論を加速化していきたいと考えています。
We have agreed that we will make effort so that we can reach a conclusion, conclude the agreement between our two countries as soon as possible. There are several outstanding issues that remain, and we have said that we would have these issues discussed mainly at the working groups and others so that we can accelerate this effort.
Well, I endorse entirely what Minister Motegi has said. This is a very important area of our collaboration, but we are not fixing deadlines to it. We're making progress, and let us see how it goes. It's a very complex set of issues that have to be addressed.
The next question will be from a member of the Japanese media. So if there is anyone from the Japanese side who would like to ask a question, please do raise your hand. If there is no one from the Japanese media, I see the hand of the correspondent from UNI of India. So Naz, the floor is yours.
Japanese Minister, you said there are several outstanding issues in the agreement that you will be signing for nuclear cooperation. So could you please elaborate a bit what are these outstanding issues?
先ほどアルワリア副委員長からもありましたようにですね、これは極めて重要な問題でありますが、困難の要素も含んでいる。まさにワーキンググループでですね、この問題について議論中でありまして、かえってこの問題がアウトスタンディングだと、スペシフィックに申し上げることがですね、ミスリーディングになるんじゃないかなと思いますので、具体的な分野の言及についてはコメントを控えさせていただきたいと思います。
Yes, as the Deputy Chairman Adwali has mentioned, this is a very important issue, and yet there are various difficulties that still exist. And so this issue is still being discussed within the working group, and I think that it would not be wise for me to specify what specific outstanding issues exist, because this would be misleading, and therefore I would like to refrain from making any specific comments about that.
Well, I agree with that, and I just want to say that a lot of progress is being made, but you know, whenever you have complex negotiations, they're not over until they're over, and it's not useful to sort of indicate it every day what exactly we're discussing. But progress is being made.
I can see that the representative of Kyodo News here in Delhi has his hand up, so I would request him to ask his question.
Hi, my name is Sunada of Kyoto News. My question is about cooperation development of oil and energy by both countries. So please clarify more about this issue. 日印の石油共同開発についてですね、他の地域に、広げるとおっしゃいました。そこについてもうちょっと詳しくお聞きしたいんですが。
Well, if you're referring to petroleum and energy, that's the whole area that we've discussed. Actually, the declaration that we've just signed gives a very detailed account of the collaboration and cooperation, and I'm very pleased that in every one of these areas, since this dialogue began, we have made a lot of progress, and certainly from India's point of view, we have received a lot of collaboration and support from Japan and technical assistance in many areas which are crucial for rational management of India's energy resources. So I refer you to the detailed statement. You will find quite a lot, and it's all detailed sector by sector: coal, thermal power, petroleum, nuclear, all of that is shown, and energy efficiency, which is also very important.
アルワリア副委員長がほとんどのことをお話しになりました。我々冒頭申し上げたように6つの分野、ワーキンググループで作業を進めておりまして、それぞれの分野でですね、共同の取り組みが進展を見られております。石油の上流開発だけではなくて LNG の調達の問題であったりとか、さまざまな分野でこれからもですね、協力関係を進めてきて、同時にですね、二国間の協力だけではなくて、日印両国でアジア大のですね、協力を進めていく、こういった議論をさせていただきます。
Yes, I think the Deputy Chairman has covered most of what I wanted to say about working groups and the 6 areas that I earlier mentioned at the beginning are working hard jointly to try to make progress. And we have seen quite a bit of progress, not only limited to oil, upstream development, but also LNG procurement and various other areas where we are cooperating and would like to continue to cooperate. At the same time, we have discussed that our cooperation should not be limited to just the 2 countries, but the 2 countries should take the lead so that this cooperation can be expanded to all of Asia.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen of the media. With that, we bring this press conference to an end. Please let the 2 ministers leave the room first, and then the rest of us can leave. Thank you so much.
Seeing you at lunch.